Hello guys, full time at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 5. Who did we play? Sunderland 1. Arsenal through to the semi-finals of the League Cup. A two-legged semi-final. We'll find out who we play in that soon enough. The other games take place tomorrow. But really, this game had everything that you would want from a League Cup tie. Plenty of goals, some opportunities for some squad players, and even a debut goal for young Charlie Patino, which is a magical moment that I'm sure he will always remember. Maybe we will always remember it if he goes on to become the player a lot of people think he could eventually be. Where to start? I guess with Eddie Nketiah, who scored a hat-trick tonight. I've just watched his interview post-game on Sky Sports, and he was asked about his contract, and he just kept reiterating the fact that he wants to play first-team football. I have to be honest, he sounded like a man to me whose mind may be made up in terms of what he wants to do with his future. Nonetheless, it was important for him to play well tonight and to score. If Arsenal are going to sell him in January, I think it helps create a market. I also think that at the present moment, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's not available. They've got a few games before he might leave in January, if he does go at all. Having a guy who's in a rich vein of form as a backup, coming off the bench late in games, could be really valuable. So credit to him. I thought he took his goals really well tonight, particularly that second and third one. His movement inside the box is very, very good. I think sometimes because he's not a particularly eye-catching player on the ball, I do think we overlook quite how good he can be off it. And it's funny, the fact that all his goals are scored sort of within the 6-yard box, or certainly within 10 yards or so from goal, is almost used as a bit of a joke, a bit of a stick to beat him with, but he's just a poacher. He's just somebody whose movement inside the penalty box is excellent. And when he gets in those positions, his finishing is invariably really good too. We saw a variety of finishes from him tonight, and that second and third one were particularly good. The third was an outstanding goal, back to front, moving up the pitch, brilliant ball from Odegaard, wonderful skill from Pepe, and a really cheeky finish from Eddie. I think he scored basically an identical goal earlier in the competition too. Pepe had another good night among the Arsenal players. I thought he was in and out in the first half. In the second half, he was just far too good for Sunderland. And yeah, that poor fullback he played on that side had an absolutely torrid time against him. 100th appearance for Arsenal tonight. I think it's 26 goals. His was well taken too. Nice move with Cedric. Got a deflection, but he did well to bring it under his spell and get the shot off nice and early. Such an intriguing player because he has got that goal-scoring ability. I do think that he's not really a big part of Mikel Arteta's plans. And I guess where he's different from Eddie is that all being well with AFCON and it happening, which looks like it's going to be the case right now, he'll be heading off to that in a couple of weeks. So an uptick in form for him is not especially useful to us at the moment because we're about to lose him again. Nonetheless, he had a good night. I thought Patino obviously came on. He got 10 minutes. I know some fans were frustrated. They wanted him to have more. Well, he made his impact in that 10 minutes. He was playing quite an advanced role, came on as like a number 10. Pepe again did brilliantly to set him up and a really nice finish. And just what a moment that is. That's what we remember these League Cup, these Carling Cup games as being all about. What else to say? I thought Martin Odegaard played well tonight. It was interesting. It was a stronger team than many anticipated. We've lost a few to COVID. Lokonga unavailable. Maitland-Niles unavailable. They probably would have both started. Callum Chambers unavailable. He might have started. Pablo Mari might have started. So we saw the likes of White, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, even off the bench, Martinelli, Xhaka. It was a strong squad. But, I thought that in the first half, we were pretty good for 30 minutes. They scored a fantastic goal on the break. And they came back into it for that final 15 minutes. And credit to them, I thought they played some good stuff. Second half, we really took control of it. I think especially once Xhaka came on. We played with kind of one holding player in El Neni, Smith Rowe and Odegaard ahead. Whenever we do that, we don't look quite as stable in the middle of the pitch. And suddenly Xhaka comes on next to El Neni. I think the shape just suited us much better. I think even Odegaard began to affect the game more as that kind of sole number 10. And the second half was really strong. Might even have been more goals. Some great overlapping runs from Nuno. He was inconsistent with his delivery and with his end products, but I think that's where he's at in his career. He's still a really exciting player. I really like watching him. And yeah, just to bring it back to Eddie, I'll be really fascinated to see what happens with him. Arteta couldn't be more clear that he wants the player to stay. I think the player's quite clear as well. He's turned the contract down. And what will Arsenal do? Will they let him go in January? Will they try and keep him to the end of the season? I think Balogun needs to go on loan. We saw that tonight. There were moments in the game where you sort of saw him having to go back to his fullback, and you could almost see him finding it difficult, in situations where in academy games, in under-23 games, he'd have the beating of his man, be it by pace or skill. And even though it's a League One-sided Sunderland, they're just that bit more physical, that bit more experienced, and he does have a bit to learn in that respect. Eddie is definitely ahead of him at the present time. So I think he will go out. Will they then decide we're going to hold on to Eddie, take it to tribunal in the summer, roll the dice on a tribunal? We won't probably get that much from in January anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal do that. It might frustrate the player who's clearly desperate to go and play as soon as possible. But if Aubameyang's going to remain out of contention, maybe there'll be more minutes for him. I'd love Arsenal to win this competition. I think I say that every year, but particularly this year when we don't have European competition to distract us, to load up on the fixtures. We're ahead of our Premier League competitors in terms of how many games we've played. We're in good shape there. We're into the semi-final. Man City are out, so it's anybody's competition. Why not Arsenal's? At the moment, it's a two-legged semi-final. Some talk that might reduce to one. We'll see. But yeah, we could be 2 games from a Wembley final. And that would be very exciting, especially with fans back in the stadium. I would absolutely love that. So let's see, fingers crossed. But a good win tonight, good vibes continue. As you can see, I am in a festive spirit. I sort of finished work today for a few days, until Boxing Day at least, when I'm due to be going to Norwich. Just to wish you all a very happy festive period, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, whatever you're doing. I hope you get some time off. I hope you get to relax, spend time with the family. I hope you're well, crucially. I hope you stay safe. And thanks for watching these videos. I really appreciate it. You're always lovely. YouTube gets a bad rap, but you guys seem pretty nice. I'm going to go. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.